Hello everyone, welcome to a new video on this channel, and in today's video I will show you how you can make your first API call, and we will also talk about JSON and the way of thinking when dealing with API calls. API calls are trivial when you're developing an application because through them we can fetch the data from the server and display that in our application. For example, you open the YouTube application and you see the list of videos, and I hope that I appear in the recommendation this time, and that means the YouTube application made an API call to the YouTube database, and through the request they received a JSON and display that in the application. If you do not know what JSON is basically a data interchange format that transmits data through key value pairs. And here is an example of a JSON object. So as you can see, the key is ID and the value of that key is this text, or the key is joke, and in the value we have the joke that API provided us. So now let's move on. What is the way of thinking when dealing with API calls? So the first step is to build an UI that you can connect later with the data you retrieve from the API. Second step is to create the models. Models are the JSON representation in our application, but as we can display JSON in our application, we can create classes. For example, in our case, a joke class or a data class because we are using Kotlin, and that will be the representation of the JSON in our application. The third step is to write the networking code, the one that makes the API calls, and the last step is to connect the data that we fetched from the API to the UI screen. Enough with that, and now let's move on to Android Studio, but before that, don't forget your cup of coffee. This time I successfully made a heart latte art, so I'm glad with that. Now let's go into Android Studio. So now let's move on to the build.gradle.kts from the app module, and let's see what dependencies do we use. So let's scroll down here and we have the Ktor dependencies, and Ktor is an HTTP client that allows us to make network calls, and Kotlin X is a serialization dependency that we can use to convert the JSON in data classes that we will use in our applications. Also in the plugins we have the Kotlin X serialization, and in the build.gradle.kts from the project we have the Kotlin X serialization. And to see what dependencies and versions I'm using, let's click on libsversions.toml, and we have these dependencies from Ktor, and we are using the OK HTTP as the HTTP engine that will use Ktor to make the network calls. Ktor has different HTTP engines that you can explore on their website, such as CO or Android, but I'm using OK HTTP because for me this goes very well. Also, here is the Kotlin X serialization JSON dependency, and we have the dependency versions here. So Ktor is 3.0.3 and serialization for Kotlin serialization is 1.7.3. Now let's go back to the main activity and let's go down here and create the composable that will be our screen. So let's say main screen. We can remove the modifier because we do not need it. And in order to see what we are doing on the screen, we can create a preview. So let's say main screen preview, and we can say show background and set this to true. Now we need to use the networking theme, and this comes from the name of the application. So networking is my application name and suffix is theme. Okay, and you can also download the GitHub repository from the description and see the whole code, and you can also copy and paste the dependencies from there to your project. Now let's say main screen, and let's click on this and split the view. Now we want to create a vertical layout, so let's say column, and to make this fill the screen we need to say modifier is equal to modifier dot fill max size, and we also want to center the items horizontally and vertically. So let's start with horizontal alignment, alignment center horizontally, and vertical arrangement dot center. Now let's click on build and refresh to allow the Android Studio load the preview. Okay, and now it loaded the preview and we can continue. So let's start with some dummy data. So let's say text, and this will be our joke. So let's enter some random text here, and we want this to have a gray background. So let's say modifier dot background color. Let's put this on a new line, and let's say light gray, and the shape will be a rounded corner shape with 20 dps. And as you can see, this doesn't have padding at all, so let's also apply some padding. So let's say 20 dp. And now let's go down here and let's create a button, and with this button we will fetch a new joke. So let's say on click, for the moment it's empty, and now let's say get a new joke. Now let's also apply some spacing between those two, so we can say spacer, modifier, height, and let's add 30 dp. And if the text is too long, this will hit the margins of the screen. So let's also apply some padding horizontally for the screen. So let's say 20 dp for the horizontal. And now we are good to go. Okay, so the UI is done, and this is, for example, our dummy UI, because this text will be replaced with the joke and the button will have a functionality. But now let's create the model. So right click on networking and new Kotlin class file, and select data class, and let's name this joke model. And now let's open the API. So as you can see, we have the ID, the joke, and the status. So let's copy it here and put it in a comment to see it. So let's say vol ID, and as you can see, this is a type of string. We have a joke, and the last one is status, which is an integer. Let's put by default to 200 because this means a successful HTTP call. And now we need to annotate this with serializable, and just by doing that, Kotlin X will convert the JSON into the joke model class that we created. So as you can see, this is the interpretation in JSON, and this is how it looks in Kotlin data classes. So we can get rid of the JSON. Now we are at the third step, and if you remember, is the networking code that makes the API calls. So let's say joke client, and let's create the joke client class. And now we need to create the HTTP client that Ktor gives us. So let's say HTTP client is equal to HTTP client. And now we need to pass the engine, which is OK HTTP. And we can open the curly brackets, and inside we can install some things. So for example, we have the logging, and this will log the HTTP call in the logcat, so you can see the response in the logcat or the request. You can also customize this, and for example, you can make custom logs for the debugging or the release. And we need to install the content negotiation because this allows us to retrieve the JSON. So let's open the curly brackets and let's say JSON here. And you can customize this by saying JSON is equal to a JSON object. And here we can say ignore unknown keys, because for example, if you're dealing with an API that you don't want to get some values from it. So for example, this API can have a title of the joke, and I do not want to include that in my model, and I can simply check the ignore unknown keys and I won't have any errors because I haven't added it in the model. We can also make this HTTP client private because other classes do not have to deal with it, and we can only use it in this class. So before making the API call, I want to tell you the API call types. So the first one is the get method that we use to retrieve the data. The next one is post, that it is used to create data in the database. The third one is the put, which is used to update the data. And the last one is delete, and this is used to delete the data. So now let's move forward and let's create the method. So let's say get joke, and this will return a joke model, and I will mark it as a nullable joke model because the API cannot return the object sometimes, and it can cause an error if you try to return something that is null and you don't mark it as null. And I forgot to mention that when you are making API calls, you need to mark the function as a suspend function because these operations are IO operations that are done in the background. So let's say HTTP client get, and now we need to pass the URL. So you can go on the website and you can see fetch a random that joke and copy and paste it in the Android Studio. And if you want to customize, for example, you can set headers, or you can even set body if you are using a post or put. And we don't need to set anything here, so we can remove the curly brackets, and we can say vol response is equal, and we say response dot body, and here we can pass the body type. So the body type is joke model, and don't forget to mark it as a nullable. And let's also say return. What if something occurs? So we need to wrap this in a try and catch block. So let's say catch, and for example, we can catch an exception and return null. Or if you want to retrieve the API message, you can use a dedicated library. For example, you can use sandwich from Skydoves, and I'm not using it in this video because, as I said, this is an introduction video in which I'm showing you how you can make your first API call, and if I dive deeper, this won't be for beginners. Okay, now let's move on to the main activity. Now we need to create a view model in which we are calling the joke client that will make the API call for us. And the view model will get connected to the screen, and from the view model we can display the data. So let's say main view model, and let's inherit from the view model. And now we can create a joke client here, and let's make a function that calls the joke client dot get joke, I think. So let's say fetch joke, and let's say open the curly brackets, and in the view model scope we will launch a coroutine, and let's call joke client get joke. Now we need to create a state variable that our UI will listen to. So let's say vol joke is equal to mutable state of joke model, and the default value is null, and we are getting the joke and we are assigning the value here. So we have the joke and joke.value in order to update the state of the joke with the joke that we fetched from the API. Now we need to connect the main view model to the main screen, so I will pass it here. So view model, then we have a variable view model of type main view model, and now let's go down here and let's say view model joke value, and we get the joke. This is nullable, and we are checking with let, and we are putting the joke here, and let's say joke text, and pass it in the text value, so joke text, and this will make sure that the value that we provide is not null. And in the button we can simply say view model dot fetch joke. And now let's create the main screen on the main activity. So let's get the view model first. So view model is equal to by is not equal, it is by view models, and let's get the main view model, and let's create the main screen and pass the view model here. What is the problem? Oh, the problem, I can remove the preview, and we need to also go into the manifest and read manifest XML and make sure that we are using the internet permission, so internet, and let's go back to the main activity and we can close this and run the application. Okay, so now we need to click on get a new joke and wait a couple of seconds, and this is our joke. Let me also read the joke. So, what do you get when you cross a rabbit with a water hose? Hairspray. So that was the video, and I hope that you learned something new, and if you have questions, let me know what are them in the comment section, and don't forget you have the repository also in the description of the video, and see you on the next video. Bye.